Let me tell you a story about two investors. The first was Richard Foscone. Richard was a Harvard-educated executive at Merrill Lynch. He was so successful that he retired in his 40s to become a philanthropist. He had everything: intelligence, connections, and status. The second man was Ronald Read. Ronald was a janitor at a gas station in Vermont. He fixed cars, swept floors, and lived a quiet, low-key life until he died at age 92. Here is the twist. When Richard, the Harvard executive, went broke during the 2008 financial crisis, he had to declare bankruptcy. His mansion was foreclosed on. He lost everything. But when Ronald the janitor died, he left behind a fortune of over $8 million to his local hospital and library. How is this possible? How can a janitor beat a Harvard executive at the game of money? Welcome to Read in Minutes. Today, we are breaking down Morgan Housel's modern classic, The Psychology of Money. This book teaches us one simple truth. Doing well with money has a little to do with how smart you are and a lot to do with how you behave. Let's dive into the 7 biggest lessons that will change how you think about wealth. Lesson number 1, no one is crazy. We all think we know how the world works. But the truth is, your personal experience with money makes up maybe a 0.00001% of what's happened in the world, but maybe 80% of how you think the world works. If you were born in 1970, the S&P 500 increased tenfold during your teenage years. You probably think the stock market is a great wealth builder. But if you were born in 1950, the market went nowhere for huge chunks of your life. You probably think the stock market is a scam. Neither of you is crazy. You are just victims of your own history. When you see someone spending money in a way that seems ridiculous to you, remember, they are playing a different game based on a different history. Lesson number 2, luck and risk are siblings. Bill Gates is incredibly smart and hardworking. But did you know that he attended one of the only high schools in the world that had a computer in 1968? That is luck. On the flip side, Bill Gates had a friend named Kent Evans. Kent was just as smart and ambitious as Bill. He was supposed to found Microsoft with him. But before he graduated high school, Kent died in a mountaineering accident. That is risk. The lesson here is to be careful who you praise and who you judge. Sometimes success is just a lucky break, and sometimes failure is just a moment of bad risk. Focus less on specific individuals and more on broad patterns. Lesson number 3. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. There is a story about the writer Kurt Vonnegut attending a party hosted by a billionaire hedge fund manager. Kurt asks his friend, "How does it feel to know that this man makes more money in a single day than you made from your novel Catch-22 in its entire history?" His friend replies, "I have something he will never have: enough." Modern capitalism is excellent at generating wealth, but it is also excellent at generating envy. If your goal is to always have more, you will never be happy. There is no logic in risking what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need. Learn to say, "I have enough." Lesson number 4. Confounding compounding. Warren Buffett is the richest investor of all time. But here is a mind-blowing fact. Of his $84 billion net worth at the time the book was written, $81 billion of it came after his 65th birthday. Buffett isn't just a good investor, he has been a good investor for 80 years. That is the secret. If you want to do better with money, you don't need to find the highest returns. You just need decent returns that you can sustain for the longest period of time. Time is the most powerful force in finance. Lesson number 5. Getting wealthy and staying wealthy are two different skills. Getting wealthy requires taking risks, being optimistic, and putting yourself out there. But staying wealthy requires the exact opposite. It requires paranoia. It requires you to be frugal and terrified that what you have can be taken away. This is why lottery winners go broke. They have the skill to get money, luck, but they don't have the skill to keep it, fear. You need to be optimistic about the future, but paranoid about the present. Lesson number 6, the man in the car paradox. When you see someone driving a Ferrari, you don't think, wow, the guy driving that car is cool. You think, wow, if I had that car, people would think I'm cool. Here is the irony. No one cares about your possessions as much as you do. You think your expensive car or watch signals that you are important. But to everyone else, those things are just props for their own daydreams. If you want respect and admiration, be kind and humble. A Ferrari won't buy it for you. And finally, lesson number 7, wealth is what you don't see. We tend to judge wealth by what we see. We see the cars, the Instagram photos, the houses. But that isn't wealth. That is spending. Wealth is the nice car not purchased, the diamond not bought, the watches not worn. Wealth is financial assets that haven't been converted into the stuff you see. The only way to be wealthy is to not spend the money that you have. It's that simple and that hard. The world is filled with people who look modest but are actually wealthy, and people who look rich but are living on the razor's edge of insolvency. Be careful who you idolize. Morgan Housel sums it up best. Money isn't about math. It's about freedom. The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. If you can master your psychology, your ego, your patience, and your definition of enough, you can beat the Harvard executive even if you're just starting out today. Which lesson from the psychology of money hit you the hardest? Was it the man in the car paradox or the power of compounding? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to gain more wisdom in less time, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We break down the world's best books so you can upgrade your mind in minutes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next summary.